Conversations didn't start off as a show. Raw Conversations was actually a workshop that we were doing in Long Beach, and it was a safe space for the youth to come in and to talk about whatever was on their minds. Just so happens a lot of the conversations were things that they could not talk to their parents about.
Wow, tell me you from the switch, these streets are dangerous. I've seen people get hit with that instant clip night after night. You've been losing your fight. No matter what happens in life, just know it's gonna be alright.
And a lot of it stemmed from them feeling like they would be judged, them being fearful of consequences. Some of it was religion. There's many reasons. It became a show because it was important for us to be able to, number one, reach as many youth as possible, to open up the door to help them to understand that they can speak in their truth without being judged, but then also receive that support and that guidance. It's unfiltered, it's unscripted, we shoot straight from the hip. And what do I mean when I say that? This is a space where they can be honest.
We're in a pivotal place in which we can change the trajectory and the way that the thought process goes, and not suffocate the shit that really hurt us, or the shit that we experienced that we had to grow thick skin. Like, we didn't have no choice.
Oh yeah, that part right there.
Like, it was like, nah, you don't talk about this. You know, the stigmas with mental health, like, those things were put in the back of your mind. Like, I remember being young, and I think I probably was like 11 when I seen the first person ever murdered, you know, in my eyes. And no one talked to me about that. You know what I'm saying? To this day.
Soon got me building logic, running with a profit platoon. Ooh, if you didn't know, you know it now. Spit the flow for show, you know I run the crown. One shine for the mind, do this for the deuce, do this for the truth. Ooh.
I'm the glue to this group. Ain't nobody coming to see Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you. I didn't come here to play, I'm not innocent. Catch me in South LA, I'll be living it, counting the dividends. Yeah, I'm in it. Although I do not know my division, I'm moving with precision. They already know I'm in it.
What's up? Welcome to Raw Conversations.
Sir.
We in here. Shout out to KJ for producing the show. Shout out to the team from Whole Systems Learning. Y'all really show up for real.
Shout out.
We got some artists, some producers, some sound engineers, and the talent in the building, period. So we're going to kick this thing off. Okay, KJ, we ready? We can't see him in the camera, though.
Good morning, y'all. 6 in the morning here where I'm at. Of course, you know where I'm at. This one I can't put it, you know, all out here. I want to jump on here very, very quickly. So probably in the last 24 hours, it's been a total of 6 overdose here in LA with kids. In the state of California, I'm not sure of how many in the last week, but in the last 24 hours. So what we are seeing right now are fentanyl and another drug. I forgot what it is. It's early in the morning, so please forgive me. They're lacing it in these little pills that look like candy. These kids are taking them. Someone here had a farm party, PHARM, like pharmaceutical. But someone had a farm party, and these kids got a hold to these pills, and now 6 are dead. I was called out and asked
Have I, been encountering these pills? Yes, I have come across them. They have many different names. You got the D216. You have, sorry about the trash truck, y'all, where I'm at. I'm up in like a little alleyway. Um, you also have, it's many names of them. I'm going to share them once I get back home and look through my book of what they are. These kids are taking them. I need for you parents to go in, be nosy today. Be nosy today, not just here in California, everywhere. Be nosy today. These kids are getting their hands on this stuff. Of course, everybody knows who's bringing it over here. But they're getting their hands on this stuff, and they're taking it. And from my understanding, I've only encountered one young person who got real fucked up, didn't die from it. But with that being said, I'm told that this shit is sweet. It looks like candy, and it's sweet. And they're putting them in the Mentos little carrier thing, the little thing that you buy in the store, Mentos. And some are even in I forgot the name of it, but it's like a little box that sell like the mints, and they're putting them in that.
Okay. Topic is no, it ain't candy. Now, so let me just explain to y'all real quick. So for this week, it's so much shit going on. I wasn't sure what today was gonna be about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was sent this video, and it was like, yo, you need to check this out. You need to listen to this. And so I decided to make this a topic. So 6 overdoses from youth with candy that was laced with fentanyl. And this is obviously something that's truly going on. So this is what we're talking about. You started talking about some stuff earlier.
Oh yeah, about the high school girl. I forgot exactly what part of California it's in. I don't know if it's NorCal, but I guess her and her friends, probably these same pills that this lady's talking about, was taking them at the school, and one of them died, and the other 2 was hospitalized. So when you said that was the topic, that's what I automatically thought about, because I literally just seen that last night.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it's crazy. It's crazy. I remember being a kid, like Halloween, and my mom used to always tell me about how they used to put razor blades in candy and stuff like that.
I'll buy your candy.
Yeah. So I used to be, my mom used to go crazy if anybody, like, I come home with anything without her knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like something that's not mom approved. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just feel like, it's something that needs to be acknowledged, but I can't say that I know how we could just end it, stop it all, because kids always gonna get into something. You know what I mean?
Right about that.
Their parents don't know about or accept things that they know they probably shouldn't. And it sucks that, like, this ain't like a thing where you could learn once. It's like, nah, you do it once and you could die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't like, no, oh damn,
it's not a mistake.
That.
Yeah.
It's just like a fatality. Like going back from that type of. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't die, but if their mental is all messed up, it's like it's not coming back from that.
Right.
I know too many people that's like that for real.
Any other thoughts just about the video?
I just feel like, kids out there, like, they should just, like, watch what they're doing, man, on the real. Like, the people you hang with, just me, I didn't experience, I have my times when I, relapsed, I ain't gonna lie. And trusted people.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Was that hanging around with the wrong people? Like, what do you feel like contributed to that?
I mean, honestly, I feel like it was peer pressure. I was peer pressured to do it. I thought it was cool. And then, just partying, just not paying attention, just thinking it's cool. And then it just happened, I got laced with fentanyl. And luckily, I got to where I was supposed to get in time. In other words, I would have been, there right now, I wouldn't even here right now, having this conversation. So, I say to the generation, just man, that's not the way. Drugs is not it, bro. It ain't candy, bro.
Did you know it was? Now I got a lot of questions for you because I had no idea.
Yeah. I had my experience. It ain't even funny, you know. I had my experiences. It's bad.
No, it absolutely isn't funny. But I want to know, like, did you know? Like when did you know and how did you know?
Well, I know, like, okay, the situation was basically like I was in the house or whatever. You know, I was getting high, you know, partying, you know, spending the night, multiple nights, and then I just felt pain in my chest, and I already got asthma. I felt pain in my chest, pain in my, you know, my side, you know, all right here in my throat. I can barely breathe. Then my legs start getting weak. You know, it's feeling like it's like it's a trip. You know, my head start hurting like real bad, and like, as I'm walking, you know, I could just feel it. Like as I'm walking, like I can feel like I'm going out, and I end up passing out. You know, like down there, and then somebody called the ambulance. And got me up out of here. I ain't gonna lie, I had probably like 3 experiences like that.
Wow.
And then the third one was the one when I was just like, I'm cool now. I'm good. It just took that. It's a shame it took 3, honestly.
Right.
But, it's a bad experience.
And it could have been one, and that could have been it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like how you were saying. It. Wow, that's deep. What are your thoughts?
Do anybody know, like, or people making it seem like somebody wrapping this up like candy and giving it to the kids, or how are they overdosing?
It sounds like from what she was saying in the video that you even have young people selling it on campus. Like, oh, I'm selling this candy, that candy, and it's laced with fentanyl.
Oh, so they aware they're taking fentanyl.
Some of them were, and some of them weren't. Some of them thought it was candy.
Yeah.
And then some of them were aware.
Well, what I have to say is, if it's somebody that's actually like lacing kids, you know, that come from a sick mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how we would ever be able to stop something like that outside of just telling our kids don't accept anything from anybody outside of your parents, which is kind of hard. So it's like, to be realistic about things, you know, you sit back and think we want our kids not to accept things, but at school, your friend give you a piece of candy, you think it's normal. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're not expecting to have an overdose or nothing like that. So it's kind of hard to kind of stop like that for the sick minds. It is poisoning the youth like that, man. It's just crazy. But to even hear about this type of topic is just like amazing for me, because when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I don't know anybody that had ever happened to before or anything like that. So I really didn't know how to like weigh in on it. But just saying, like, it's just crazy. I can't even believe somebody could do some stuff like that to you.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a whole lot. But what did you say? Pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. You know, like, just honestly, I feel like, you know, you shouldn't be around them type of people. Like, just with the drug part, you shouldn't be around.
You're not my friend, first of all, if you didn't lace some shit and I don't know what's in it. You're not, like, how are we friends? I don't get that. That's what
it was. I feel like it was a setup, honestly, the way it happened.
So you was laced.
Yeah, basically. So, you know.
But was it candy or was it?
Nah, this was
in a blunt or something else.
Blunt.
So what they told you was gonna be like a Percocet or something like that?
Nah, this is a piece, bro.
A piece?
Yeah.
What's a piece?
Like a little pipe.
Oh, so what you thought was gonna be like crystal or something like that?
Yeah.
And it was really fentanyl at the time.
Yeah. And they put it. They must have put it in there like when I wasn't looking. You feel me? Like after I took like 2 or 3, like I took the hit. I'm like, man, like, whoa, like what's going on? Like, what am I taking on? I'm like, nah. I'm like,
you know, it felt different.
Yeah, it felt way different. It tastes all that. I mean, I already, like I said, like beforehand, I already been through that. Like usually, I wouldn't do that. You know, I was going through something with my family. I was going through something, you know, just losing so many people. So that's why I was honestly doing it, like the drug or whatever. But I stopped now. You know, I'm sober now. But that would be the thing.
No, yeah, no, seriously. And I gotta say to you, everybody goes through shit.
Yeah.
Like seriously, and it's difficult when something is so difficult where you don't know how to respond to it, where you feel like it has to be a numbing agent. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. Don't feel like you're the only one. That's real life. I'm
That's
just
why I
saying.
wasn't scared to, open up about it, you feel me? Like, I just feel like my story can change, a lot of people and motivate a lot of people, that's already out there, doing it. Like, it's like, man, it's for the moment. Like that getting high just for the moment. It's just cool for the moment, bro. You feel me? And then after a while, I started getting, stressed out, and my energy started getting, more. Like, I started getting lazy. In other words, you know what I mean? I started getting lazy. I didn't want to go nowhere. I didn't want to work. I didn't even want to rap. I didn't want to make beats, nothing. Like, it's tiring. Like, it's exhausting. Like, doing drugs is exhausting, like, for real. Like, even pills, like I stopped doing pills a long time ago, and then I just let this go. Like, so now it's just, I'm just focused on life and really pursuing it.
As you should.
Pursuing my dream.
How did you feel transitioning from doing it to, okay, now I'm just gonna focus on my music and what I'm trying to accomplish?
I feel way better now. Like, it's like, that's my getaway. Now I look at music as a drug now. Like, I gotta stay addicted to that. Like, no matter if I'm making beats, no matter if I'm playing drums, no matter if I'm singing, no matter if I'm even writing for somebody else, like, just listening to music, like, I just feel better. Like, it's more life. More life.
That's deep.
That's super deep. I didn't know that was coming.
Yeah.
You guys are familiar with DMX and when he first started doing drugs?
Yeah.
It was his mentor, guy on the block that he was hustling with, laced him.
Man.
And from that point on, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody who he
Somebody
was
he was
cool
close
with.
with too.
Yeah.
It was like his mentor, like say, like, I got a big homie that taught me everything.
I feel like it was jealous.
And he taught me how to hustle, get money.
So he was looking up to him, like,
Laced him.
And he laced him.
Never been the same since. Ultimately, he died from drug overdose. So, you know what I'm saying, man? You're a survivor.
Yeah.
You're a survivor.
we're gonna hear all that passion in your music. I can't wait. Can't wait. Rich, how you feeling?
That's heavy. I kind of feel like crazy a little bit. Like I never knew no one that kind of had those type of experiences, so I know how to weigh on. But yeah, I couldn't. It just made me think about like my mom. She take meds. She prescribed meds. So it just made me think like that whole situation was just what people go through with that.
Yeah.
And just being off like something to suppress you or whatever. It's like, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Just to kind of stay away from it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like for I mean, it's not even just parents, right? I'm not talking about just parents, but anytime you have an influence on somebody that's younger than you, it's important. What she say on there? Be nosy. Like I need to know, like, who are you hanging out with? What is your movement truly? All of those things are super important because I'm quite sure had some of those people actually been completely involved, maybe they would have known. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that was going on. Like I'm certain signs, not to say they're responsible, but
I feel like the responsibility lies in like you said, with your children or some youth that you have influence on. You know what I'm saying? It's your responsibility to like hand down those qualities of them being able to like be their own coping mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Like teaching them the skills of how like to sit back and really analyze how you feel, or teach them how to speak on how they feel, or teach them not how to feel, but how to express that or how to relieve that, the energy that gets trapped inside that leads you to go do that. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's like, one thing me and TJ have in common is knowing death really well. You know what I'm saying? Like I buried a lot of my loved ones. Like I've been the pallbearer at least 8 funerals in my life. And that's just being a pallbearer, not counting the ones that I've been to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but growing up,
let me ask you a question. How do you handle that mentally?
I don't know. I thought I was a sociopath for a long time because I couldn't cry.
You
Like,
thought you were a sociopath. So were you looking online trying to figure out what does this shit look
for real,
like?
when I was younger, I used to really think something was wrong with me because like we'll line up and go see the body and everybody's well and crying, burying them, and I'm just standing there. looking around like I don't. It's like I feel sad, but my tears is not running.
Emotionally detached.
Yeah.
Or numb.
So, but I didn't know how to explain that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Emotionally detached.
I didn't know how to explain that back then.
Yeah.
So, but it's important to be able to, like how you just not categorize it, but how he named it and able to acknowledge it and knowing what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's important to teach those lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is why you feel like this, or this is the root of your anger, or your sadness, or even your happiness. We got to teach our kids about the roots of their happiness so they can continuously be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because happiness is not a goal in life; it's a requirement.
Yeah, but it's
You know
also
what
a
I'm saying?
choice.
It's a choice as well.
It's also a
But
choice.
I made it my requirement. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be no Debbie Downer ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I refuse. I've been through so
Wait,
much
did he dust
already.
off
I
his
can't.
shoulder?
You know what I'm saying?
Did he do the dust off his shoulder?
No, I had some on me. Yeah.
But that was perfect timing when you did that. Like,
Oh. That's funny. I really had
I'm
something on me.
choosing. Like,
Right.
like
Yeah.
Oh.
No, for real. So that's just my whole take on it. Like, I feel like it's just a responsibility of the elders to pass down, like, the knowledge of emotions.
Yeah.
To lead, you know, or keep that barrier, because it's other reasons why people do drugs too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just emotional stuff, but I feel like if you learn how to manage your emotions and your thoughts through life, you know, you're less likely to have to dive into something you feel like I gotta cling to this so that I could alleviate from my mind and my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it'll just help the future generations.
But it's gotta be something there that helps you go through that, like to be able to guide you to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think naturally you feel what you feel.
Right.
Saying that you've gone through X amount of depths. You know, saying that you've gone through X amount of depths. Like that's a lot to handle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you realize life still goes on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what do? Can I wallow? I can't wallow in this, right? You gotta find a way to move forward. But how do I move forward and still be able to deal with the pain I naturally should feel?
Well, you can't never heal unless you can't heal what you never reveal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't properly analyze and diagnose what you feel, no matter how dark it is, you ain't gonna never be able to heal from it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people walking around with open wounds in the soul. They don't even know. It's like if we got an open wound on us right now and we don't go get stitches, you're gonna obviously tell that you need stitches.
Yeah.
But the same thing for emotional and spiritual hurt as well. You know what I'm saying? So you'll never be able to heal what you don't reveal. We gotta look at it, no matter how ugly it is. You know what I'm saying? And properly diagnose it to move forward.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think numb was a really good word. I honestly I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
I always called it an emotional callus.
Break it down.
Like, okay, you know how you have like a scar or something, you keep scratching,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll get hard. Like it'll build a callus, like not a scab, but a callus.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, just with emotions. Like, you know, your emotions take so much damage over time, to where you just build that barrier, like the callus. And it's just kind of like, you know, you feel it, but you don't experience the emotion. You just acknowledge. It's like I got to the point where I can acknowledge my emotion and not like have to express it or do all the extras with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's not all the extras. Sometimes it's necessary to do those things. So it's a balance game.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a lot that.
If you're doing what, paying attention. Right?
Yeah, you gotta pay attention.
You gotta
And
pay
I feel
attention.
like you just gotta be aware of your surroundings, and you gotta know who is for you and who is not for you. Sometimes you just gotta like explode people from the circle. Like you gotta go. Like, you know, like even when it's around you, it don't even matter. Like you gotta go. You feel me? You ain't motivate me. You ain't positive. You know what I mean? Like on a positive perspective, bro. You might as well just like split our ways. You know, part ways. And it might hurt. It might be somebody you really love. Like you feel me? Like it might be your people. It's like, man, hold on, you gotta.
Okay, so I have this question. You kind of already answered it. So, how do you guys determine who, like, loyalty and who should be around you? And are you guys aware? Second part of the question: are you guys aware of what is good as far as being around you?
I mean, I hang around a lot.
No, you already answered the question.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna come back to you because you got more. How do you do? Yeah, okay, because we're talking about if you're hanging out with certain people, and a lot of these young people were laced with fentanyl, right? So now you're talking about the company that you keep. So how do you determine that loyalty? Who should or should not be around you? How do you? Yeah.
All right. I'm going.
We don't want no general answer.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
So you okay? So you watch. You just watch.
I watch people, but it's not like, I watch my surroundings. I don't actively watch a person, but it's like, I pay attention, and I like to say something about myself. I'm fearless. I'm really fearless, but I don't go to the danger.
You scaring me.
I'm like,
Seen the look in his eyes?
No, that's what I was looking at. Yo,
I'm not going nowhere dangerous.
Some about to crack off.
But I don't go to where dangerous, and it's like to be around people that could possibly be racing me. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool.
Yeah.
Even kids, like, I don't know, the way I was raised and like by people, it's like, I don't know, like, that's not cool. That's immoral.
That's out. Yeah. That's just out.
Shouldn't be on the earth. So it's like, it's like that. It's like we humans. You got to think about how what that would do to,
Mm-hmm.
That's just, that type of stuff.
Unacceptable. So he the watcher. You gotta keep your eye on him.
I got kids,
Yeah, no, and that's a whole different perspective when you can look at it from that point of view. Yeah, absolutely. Because it ain't a game when it comes to your kids.
That's
not a game.
That's like, why you do that? And it's kind of like bro was saying, like, dealing with your emotions. If you're like a sad person, you gotta like find good coaching mechanisms. Base people.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
Right. It's like, what was the second part?
It be harmless people.
Yeah.
You just hurting harmless people.
Right.
Yeah, no, and all that definitely comes back.
Yeah.
What were you asking?
No, what was the second part of your question?
I'm fearless.
Or
nowhere dangerous.
He's fearless, but he don't go where danger is. Did you hear that, Andish? Yeah.
And I don't think I'm like invincible. I bleed too. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask y'all a question real quick? Are y'all the type of people that tell people to stay dangerous? Be honest.
Right. Wait, say it again?
The culture tell you, like, right before you leave them or something like that, they be like, all right, bro, or stay dangerous.
Like, I used to just say, travel safe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Nip said. Everybody in the wrong conversations. Y'all know what's going on right now.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Talking to, bro. I say it depends who you're talking to.
Okay, break it down.
If you're talking to someone that's really going through some stuff, they in some heaters, and you happen to be that person they venting to, it might be a state dangerous. It might be a,
because they might need to actually.
Right. Depending on what situation they're facing.
Yeah, definitely. But that's usually I just tell people travel safe. You know what I'm saying? Get everywhere safe, man. Just do it safe. Yeah. That's usually what I tell people.
I mean, you wouldn't necessarily tell your mother that. That's how I feel.
You would tell your mom that?
Nah.
It depends on what your moms do. Yo, it depends.
But I'm saying some moms is really like that. If the mom fall into that category that we talked about, like she really active. If moms is really active,
I know some moms that's with the business
that's still trying to change their lives. I feel you. It ain't too late for 59.
Right.
Mom's G, you feel me? My mom's G, but I can't tell her nothing like that. She kind of older, you feel me? So she gonna be like, stay dangerous. What you mean stay dangerous? You feel me? You trying to tell her. She gonna get on you. She gonna be like, what you talking about? She ain't on the slang, so she gonna be like, mom's G though.
Yeah. What do you think as a youth? You're the youngest one here. What do you mean? I'm sure you tell people stay dangerous.
Hey, when your birthday, TJ? When your birthday?
I can't believe September 26th.
Don't be. Okay, you ask for Social Security
number? We both 25. That's why I was about to say older or younger. Yeah.
Stay dangerous. What that mean?
Stay dangerous.
If I told you to stay dangerous, what that mean?
Like stay aware of your surroundings, and if anybody try you, basically be the dog shot.
Be the what?
Can I say that on there?
Yeah. You
say whatever you want to say.
I was just asking. Nah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but what did you say though?
What did you just say?
Basically, like, you know, stay aware, and if anybody tests you, beat the dog shit out.
Beat the dog shit out.
Yeah, you talking about the dog?
Yeah.
Beat the dog shit out of them. That's
Yeah,
what. Okay.
You know.
You talk so low.
Oh, my bad, my fault. It's probably because I ain't close to my. But yeah, that's how I feel.
I mean, it's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's disrespectful. If you got somebody in your company, then obviously there's some level of trust, right? There's some level of trust. So certain things you should. For me personally, my circle is like this.
Yeah.
It's
so small, it's like it's damn near
only
built
because,
in.
like how you say, like pay attention to your surroundings and all of that stuff. Like, I just got to make sure I got certain people around me. You know what I'm saying? Because I might be all over the place to the point where it's like, oops, you ain't see that, or oops, you ain't see that. But I got somebody with me, like, I saw that.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They might say something before I even open my mouth, you know? But I know that about myself, you know? But that's definitely important. Definitely important.
Yeah. The thing about loyalty to me is like, man, I try to, like, you know, people, like, how do you know if someone's super loyal to you or if they just hanging around, that whole thing?
Right.
I feel like time to tell.
You know, you know when you know.
Yeah.
And
and it's like, you know, because even when you thought you knew, and then something happened, you like, damn, I thought this. That might not have been who that was.
Right.
Time to reveal something else to you. So it's like the loyalty thing, that's tricky. You gotta take that. You gotta take that how it comes.
Yeah.
I feel like also too, like you it's a feeling thing, energy thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like if you loyal to yourself, everything else will reveal itself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
If
You
you're
automatically
loyal to
know
yourself.
that your friend is not loyal. You gotta be somebody else to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Richard was chopping it up earlier about just being in environments where you can't just 100% be yourself. You know what I'm saying? People accept you with
Conditions.
conditions. You know what I'm saying? But when you live on your own conditions, and then the people that gravitate towards you and stick around, that's how you know what real loyalty or not even loyalty, but just real relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because our list of loyalties might not be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might think that doing something like, okay, say if me and TJ was boys when he was on drugs and all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And me being a loyal friend to him, I'm finna go take his ass to the rehab facility and put the nigga in the car and be like, let's go.
Yeah.
Or you feel me, call some help for this nigga. No, for real. That's just me being a loyal friend. But to him, he'll be like, nigga, why would you do that to me? Blah, blah. You're not loyal. You're not my homie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain aspects of things where people will say, like, think like that. So I feel like a lot of things align in intentions as well. Transparency is the hugest thing. Like you can't possibly know if somebody loyal if they're not speaking to you. If I can't have a conversation with you, I can't trust you enough to say that you're loyal to me because you can't even converse on a real level.
It's trial and error.
You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
Yeah.
Like and I learned that when I was young. My pops used to always tell me, like, Camila, I know you like people, like, and you always come home every day like, oh, I got a new friend. It was like never call somebody a friend until they prove themselves to be your friend.
Right. Everything gets.
And ever since I was little, I always heard that. And at that point, I didn't really understand it. But becoming older and then becoming a woman, I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Everything gets tested.
Right.
You said everything gets tested.
Family and all.
Yeah.
I feel like we change so much year by year, day by day, that somebody that could be rocking with you a year ago can be in a completely different space than what they might be in the present.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, sadly as it may seem, like a lot of stuff get tested, especially with me, because I witnessed a lot of betrayal amongst people that I done really been stumped down for. And I really,
people that you trusted.
Nothing off the table that I won't do for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 1,000,000 years in a tomb, sitting back like and be cool with that because I knew what I signed up for. Like family disappointed in me, all that. Like straight. Like I'm good on that though. I can sit back and do my millions of years, eat my spreads, do whatever I gotta do because I stand on that. I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? But to have those people turn their back, and my family been the ones that's been loyal the whole time.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But I wanted acceptance. I wanted a different type of loyalty. I wanted social acceptance as my loyalty. Instead of people that was right there struggling, cooking them dinners, grandmas and aunties and
the day to
moms
day
and little sisters, that people that really looked up to me and be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'd be like that. So I feel like anybody that's in these streets, man, like it don't really be what it be. If y'all go back and y'all really study music and you study culture and you go back from the beginning of the time, there's always been betrayal amongst your own people, from Jesus to Judas to Caesar and Brutus. It's just always been your right hand man. They have turned on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so never get caught up into thinking this is what life is. This is just a moment. You know what I'm saying? Once you, if you blessed enough to breathe long enough, you'll start seeing like, man, none of this stuff really matters. You know what I'm saying? Like what people consider, what they want from other people, like loyalty, none of this stuff matters at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that matters is family and real love.
Yeah. And you also got to understand when you have outgrown somebody, right?
Right.
Because you have somebody that truly loves you, you love them, right? Then had a really good relationship over the years, and they've shown you loyalty, you've shown them loyalty. But you might be hitting a different stage in your life where what you got going on don't fit what I got going on.
Like TJ was saying.
But it don't mean that I love you less. It just means that we ain't doing the same thing.
Our belief system is different.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just like Nick said, man, hustle and motivate. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. When you hustle, motivate, find something you active in, and just live your life. You feel me? Breathe, man. Just live life. I mean, I love life. I don't want to die. I'm too young.
Well, I have to say, I'm happy you're here.
Yeah,
Hearing all this
Thank
stuff,
you,
we ain't never
man.
talked about this. So to hear that,
it scared me to the point I was like, man, it scared my mama. My mama was like, she started crying one time. One time she broke down in front of my face, and I was just like, like that made me feel like the scum of the earth. Like, just seeing her cry, and I ain't never seen my mama break down like that in front of my face. And just going through the addiction, it's like, damn. I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm solid. Like, I don't want that for my family. I don't want that for my mama. I don't want that for nobody. Like, I don't want that.
Nobody that you love, and look out for you.
Yeah. Especially my nieces and my nephews. They already look at me like
they probably look up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they come to me. They like, I play with them all the time. Like, and then it's to the point where I started like separating myself from them. I didn't want to be around them like that. Like, I was like, man, I'm cool. Like, I'm good. Like, I can't be around them like that, because then they looking at me like, oh, it's cool to do it. Like,
man, I look up to him.
Like, nah, I don't
I look up to him. This dude stopped.
You look up to him.
Yeah, this dude stopped gangbanging.
Really?
Man, that's like, man, I sit back and talk to lifers that's been down 28, 30 years, 20 years, and everybody be like, man, if I can change my life right now and come back home, I'll do everything completely different. Man, I was so much of a follower at his age, I didn't have enough strength to break away. He broke away. And I want to be an independent. I don't want to be a follower. Right. So to do that and not be a part of that no more, that takes strength. And I would like encourage everybody that if you feel some type of way, you feel like this ain't working out for you, which gangs ain't gonna never work out for anybody. You know what I'm saying? There's only really two ways. But man, this dude is a real leader.
Straight up. I just want to lead by example. I just want to be like positive. Try to get these kids out these streets, like, cause I've been there, bro. Like, I've been there. You feel me? I got kicked out early. I'm talking about 16, 17. Running the streets, sleeping in parks, sleeping on park benches. Just doing all type of crazy stuff, bro. Like late night go crazies, bro. I'm talking about like all down fed, robbing people. You feel me? Taking chains on metros. I've done it, bro. Like, you feel me? It's not a cool look, no nothing, bro. At the end of the day, all you're gonna get is a pat on the back. That's it. Life in prison, the pat on the back, bro.
You got a certain story that there's a certain group of people that can relate to your story, where can't nobody else say what you're saying. Only because you can say, I did that. I've been through that. I've experienced that. I know what it looks like to come out on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope, and I love the fact that every time I hit the building, you always in the studio. You always in the studio.
That's my first love, man.
I feel like that's your therapy. That's what I feel like.
On top, it is. It's a getaway. It's just easy. When Dose in there, Rich in there, I just get a vibe. Like, someone crazy in there, I get a vibe. Like, as soon as I get in there, and my boy right here, he tell me all the time, he be like, man, like, it's all good. You feel me? Every time I go in there, you dope. The tear runs.
So you talking about Anders?
Yeah.
You sure you talking about Anders?
Yeah.
Are you positive?
Yeah. I'm positive.
You know we got to crack on him.
Right, that's my player. He's player.
Death Row, man.
He got the Death Row shirt
Right.
on. Oh, shoot.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg, just signed 2 homies yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Y'all just changed to me.
Educate us.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg, the new Death Row Rest. Shout out to my boy Kai 3 and Tay 3rd. They just, you put them in a good position, a new Death Row. So I'm happy about that, to be able to work with them and see them brothers be able to change their parents' lives through their music.
Right.
That's what's up. Shout out to Snoop.
Right.
Yeah,
Shout out to Snoop.
Yeah.
Snoop League football is crazy.
Okay, so I got it.
Yeah, I was on this all-star team my 8th grade year. Then we had like 3 games and like 7 different uniforms, the shell toes, the ID zeros with the lions on the back. We had all that shit.
Did right.
It was going up. Yeah. It was going up.
Death Row.
Yeah.
I feel some kind of way about that.
Why?
Y'all be honest. No. Like, yo, you start you spreading rumors and shit. Like,
bad boy.
No, you're talking about the league.
Yeah.
So back in the day, my son played football.
Oh, for real?
But he played for Compton Vikings. So we played. We played.
We were supposed to play them one day, and a parent got shot at the game, and they canceled it.
Yo, I felt like they was cheating. Like, for real. Like, I will never forget seeing this one kid on the football field that looked like he was in college. I swore he hopped off a motorcycle before the game started, before he put his equipment on. I was like, yo, he's not the same age as these kids.
Snoop had the 10th graders going up.
Yeah.
He's not the same age as these
12.
Bro.
Shout out to
those was grown men midgets.
Shout out to Snoop. We was cheating, but y'all won.
Is that really a win when you cheat?
It was 17 playing with 10-year-olds.
Look, we not about to start.
Deion Sanders team 52 to 12.
Whooping
on them.
52 to 12.
Whooping on them in the snow. That was the only time I ever played in the snow. That shit was fun.
No, but honestly, shout out to those youth leagues, including Snoop's league.
Yeah.
But I mean, just basically giving the young kids an outlet, to be able to express their talent. Some of them, even getting out their frustration. Like, that might be I'd rather you do that than to do this. You get what I'm saying? So if it's something that's gonna occupy your time, that's not gonna damage you in the future,
right?
I'm good with that. 100%. It's only gonna help you in the future. So that's amazing. I got one more question for y'all. Okay, so I want to know with everything that we're talking about now, because I know all of you guys are integrated in music, right? In different ways, right? So I want to know, starting off with Rich, how do you feel like music impacts every trauma and the things that we're talking about, right? How do you feel like, is that an escape for you? Is that therapy for you? Like, what does that relationship look like for you?
Music is something I really love. I really I find peace in. I find a good release in. It don't solve all my problems.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt them. It don't. It's something good for me, and I know that everyone else that gets into it, I know they kind of tap into that too, whatever that how it affects them. Mm-hmm. So for me it's just something. It's my release for sure.
Yeah, release.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Bruce?
Yeah, I feel like music is like it's like a translator for me.
Translator.
That's dope. That's dope.
No, why is that dope? For
That's
real,
dope
for real.
because from an artist's perspective, I understand the analogy and the metaphor behind it.
Yeah, because for me, like, I don't know, growing up, I always talk about this, but I always felt this different. You know what I'm saying? And even the people that I talked to when I was younger, even my mom, my brother, I used to be like, yeah, y'all don't get me. Like, y'all don't understand y'all hear me, but y'all don't get what I'm saying.
You don't understand.
Or like I'm portraying myself, but y'all don't get what I'm really trying to show. So with music, I felt like I found the perfect tool to portray that. So like, yeah, it's like, for me, my goal with my music is just to surprise myself, which I always do. Well, it's not my goal. That's what I always find myself doing. Cause like, I'll listen to it and I'll like hear it a different way than what I actually wrote, and then like have a ton of different just interpretations of what I'm saying. So yeah, it's just a translator, even down to like my beats. It's like how it make you feel. It's not
Do
about
you write as well as produce?
yeah.
See, the writing part I didn't know.
Yeah, I write as well as produce, engineer, but yeah, it's just a way for me to translate a feeling, like a way for me to transmit my energy. I could really portray how I feel or what I think through music. So yeah, that's what music is to me. It's just like a translator, and in turn, that is a way to heal me. You know what I'm saying? Being able to communicate in ways that I never felt like I could before in my life. So yeah, it gives me the opportunity to just communicate in a higher level.
Super dope.
Translate. I love that.
Super dope.
Love that. Okay.
How I feel about music?
Yeah.
I feel like music is legendary. Like I just feel like you can be what you want in music. Like I feel like I don't know. It's like having a girlfriend, bro. You know, you don't never want to let go. You don't never want it to leave. Like, you know, like nowhere. Like period. Like for real, music is like I got man multiple answers for that. But like it's a getaway.
Get that Krispy Kreme card.
Getaway.
Music.
It's a getaway and a girlfriend. It's a getaway and a girlfriend.
Man.
Wait.
It's the love for it. You know, I just love it. Like it's like having sex, man. Like for real.
Oh, okay.
Like, but it's like having sex.
Dark left.
Like,
That's how this man feels.
It's still recovering right now. We have to understand. Raw conversation.
It's raw conversation. Listen, it is what it is.
All right, fuck it.
He said it's like sex.
Man, it is.
I'm gonna be quiet about it.
Man, it's like you can't go without it. Like, you know,
So basically that translates into a good feeling, right? That connection, that good feeling.
absolutely.
That's what's up. Well, for me,
You looking
my
for a
music-
girlfriend?
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
not right
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He got Krispy Kreme.
I got a song called
got
No Girlfriend. I don't
Target.
want a
Wait, you got a song
Oh,
called
he do. He got a song called No Girlfriend. He
Okay.
can't get caught up with no
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Yeah, I
Wait,
can't,
It's a
break it
good- it's a
down.
good hook. He got a song I'm gonna show you after.
He got his eyes on one prize though.
I can't get caught
I know who he like. I know who he
Can't
so.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know who he.
Yeah, I look. I'm gonna say it like this. The reason why I can't get caught up with no girlfriend right now is because I've been heartbroken like at least like 4 or 5 times. You know? And I feel like rappers. I feel like real rappers shouldn't have a girlfriend, bro.
You feel like real rappers can't have a girlfriend.
Yeah,
Why you say that?
I say that because of distraction.
Because they get too much shit thrown at them? That's
yeah,
why?
that too. Because once you start doing shows, and then once you start seeing the roses thrown, you know, and different type of, you know, underwear, pants and panties, you know, flying like that. Like, yeah, you haven't seen Chris Brown shows, but they be doing
Raw conversation. Shout out to
Bring
him.
up that clip.
Chris Brown, man, like
That shit changed his life when he seen panties get thrown on the stage.
It was over. It was a wrap.
That's really how I feel though. Like that's really how I feel.
Okay,
like,
wait, but hold on. I gotta ask you this. So is that peer pressure? Oh, not peer pressure, but is that something that you would feel like that's up to the man, right? So because anything could face you, right? But it's your decision on how you respond and handle it.
It's yours.
Right?
Yeah.
I just feel like like I said, distraction. I feel like it's a distraction because, you know, she's gonna wonder where you at 24/7, the studio. Like if I'm at the studio chilling, I can't even be with these women in the studio because you just
got a stalker.
automatically think
You got a
I'm-
stalker chick.
So you want your cake and your
I
dinner.
still got one, you know.
Shout out to her.
No, we ain't.
Shout out to her.
We shout out to the stalkers.
Stay persistent.
I'm scared. I'll be scared to come
She's
outside
persistent.
sometimes.
Like,
You
I gotta
scared to
respect
come
all the
outside?
persistent people.
No, but look, one time I walked outside and the girl actually told me, like, she knew exactly where I was. Like, how did you? I had to ask my mom, like, did she call? Like, and my mom was like, no. I'm like, did anybody call to like ask where I was at? She was like, no. Like, I was like, how do these people be knowing where I'm at? Like at different times.
Okay, is it something you posted on social media?
No, I didn't post nothing. That's why I was trying to.
Oh, she got the binoculars and the whip right down at the stop sign.
You don't even know yet.
I was spooked,
Your lowest drop.
to this day. Like, It's all good.
We gonna look out for you.
Oh, good. No, I'm gonna need all y'all numbers. Sure.
No stalker. We're not dealing with that. Focus on your
Probably
music.
in like the next 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
I mean, you could be ready before that. You know, you just gotta determine when you're ready. You know what I'm saying? All right.
As far as me, music is life, man. Like, you don't even have to know the language to be able to feel it. Like, it'd be some stuff Bad Bunny and them be dropping, and I just be tapped in. I don't know what they saying, you know what I'm saying? Or like Africans singing in Swahili, and you could just feel the spirit. So it's kind of how like my music is based upon. When I tap in with Deuce, man, we be up in here, we create vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Music speak, music speak, and especially mine. I know like a lot of times like I could be considered as like a drill rapper, then at times I could talk about love, and then I could be considered as a conscious rapper. But that's who I'm like. I'm really like that as a person. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So you know what I'm saying. So that's what music is.
So you display the different parts of your personality in your music.
Yeah, that's Tupac was saying, Mr. Duplicity. Yeah.
What's that again?
Mr. Duplicity.
Mr. Duplicity.
Yeah. Mr. Duplicity. You came up with that?
No, Tupac.
No.
Oh, Tupac.
Actually, I never heard that. I'm a Tupac fan.
Shout out
That's
to
why I
Tupac,
had to ask.
man. That's a legend. That's an icon.
Shout out.
That's called a
Real
foundation. That's called it's so crazy because there's certain things that I can listen to now, and I'm just like, y'all was well before y'all time.
Them brothers died at 24.
But y'all was well before y'all time because what y'all was talking about then, nobody could really understand. Like, and you sitting here like, yo, this is 2022, and this is what's going on now.
See, but a lot of stuff changed. The 90s was different. Like, back then, my dad and people like, you know, I'm 17, 18, they was taking care of family at that age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Coming from the 60s,
Mhm.
they was taking care of family.
At a young
17,
age.
18, now you look at the 18-year-olds in 2022, you'll be
What
like,
the
man,
hell
it's
they got
kids,
going
baby. You know what I'm saying? But people were really holding families down at 18, 19 years old, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the 60s, 70s and all that.
No, for real.
They paved the way for us, man.
Crazy era right there.
Yeah, and we got to make sure we definitely pay homage to that. That's why I appreciate you, sir, because every time I hop in the studio while you in there with sessions, I always hear the foundation. I look past what the track is. I'm paying attention to different shit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I absolutely love that. All right, yo. So we're going to wrap this thing up unless y'all got something else y'all want to share. I definitely want to go down the line. If you want somebody to follow you, tag you, reach out to you, whatever the case is. Rich, yeah, no, you passing? Okay. Why it sound like that was about to be a verse though? Like, oh,
Yeah, that part.
okay. All right.
High frequencies.
Yep. Y'all can find me on Instagram at South Central Shepherd without the Y'all can find me on Instagram at South Central Shepherd. Shepherd spelled with an H in front of the ERD after the P.
Well, can you just spell the whole thing? Like, come
That's
on.
the whole thing to spell. Okay, South SOUTH Central CENTRAL Shepherd SHEPHERD.
Thank you.
Yep, sure.
Okay. Raw_conversations 1. I'm trying to get better at social media. I'm saying that publicly. I'll be in my little creative spaces.
Yeah.
You what?
I said I gotta follow you. I gotta follow all y'all.
Don't say that shit out loud. Why you just didn't walk out like the regular people and just hit the follow button?
All right. My fault.
No, you was just being honest. It's cool.
Yeah,
What's your name, T?
Being raw.
Oh yeah, man. TJ, Yoshi, like a character. Tino, and then underscore 2 underscores. TJ YOSHITINO underscore.
My IG is gangstyle_Prezi. And then if you go on YouTube, it's Gangstyle Prezi. So everybody tap in. We dropping some new videos, and y'all go follow Rich and dude's video that just dropped. That shit hot as hell,
Palm
man.
City, baby.
Okay, before I leave the building, I gotta.
310 to the 562, man.
That shit
You already
hot.
know what's going on.
That shit is hot.
We got another video dropping tomorrow.
Who's all on this?
Scene 2.
On this?
Yeah.
What you just dropped? Who's all on this?
Shout out to Anderson Katira.
That's our duo. That's
So I
our
can
duo.
hear it before
It's
we
our
leave.
dogs at
I'll show you the
WSL.
video
You
and
know what I'm saying?
Yo, y'all be keeping shit. Like, I ain't.
No,
That's the
it's
first-
out there.
Yo,
We got a whole catalog
okay.
and everything.
If I was out there, tapped in, out there, right,
Come on
then
now.
I would.
You and your little
Okay.
creative bubble, like you said.
I am.
It's okay. I don't blame you. I do the same thing.
We about to
My
expand.
brother, big music head. He always be like, "Bro, did you hear this? Did you hear that?" I'll be like, "No, nigga, I just made this. I just made that."
Right,
Like,
but he'll send it.
I ain't
he'll
hear
send it
shit.
to you.
For real. I don't be listening to a lot of shit, man.
Hey, really, before we end though, I really want to thank Raw Conversations and your platform for bringing us up here. It's really 100. We feel like we come up here. A lot of people feeling them cameras come on. You got to be a different person. So when you tap in with Raw Conversation, you can really just be you, be 100, and just do you. You ain't got to worry about being judged or any of that. Bring who you are to the table. You are accepted. So tap in with you. Fuck with that.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And we're going to be here. We got the platform. So y'all just, tap in when y'all want to.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I created it is because when people see me now, they can't believe like the shit that I've been through growing up. Kicked out of school district. Yeah. Like I had a problem with my hands growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like just I really did. But it was never on no bully type stuff. It was always taken up for somebody else or doing something like that.
Any chance you got.
No, it was kind of like I got a problem with disrespect.
Yeah.
So if you said the wrong words, then it becomes a problem.
It could even be the wrongest, the one word in the sentence.
Right. Yeah. But I wouldn't say all of that. But
ADCF does.
I just
Under up.
no, y'all putting too much gas on it. But I just honestly I knew growing up, if I had something like this to be able to talk about how I felt about going through certain things in life, my outcome could have been different. Yeah. I would have handled my anger. I handle my anger different now. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's important. But I grew up in the era where it was like, if I really felt some kind of way, I couldn't say it because, it was disrespectful. Or, this is not accepted in my household. Yeah. Or, we sweeping shit under the rug. I'm like, yo, how y'all get to sweep stuff under the rug? And then when I get older, I got to deal with the shit. Right. I'm not cool with that. Not when I work with young people and I see the shit that they really go through that they don't talk to nobody else about. Now I got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it was important. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Yeah,
I really
For sure.
Absolutely.
We keeping it raw. Keeping it raw.
Tap in. KJ, all right, let's wrap this thing up.
Peace.
Peace.
Keep it player, man.